And when you let it out, there's no change except for entropy. The only thing that changes entropy. There's no energy change whatsoever. So the gas will leak back in, and there's no energy change. You know, it's what you call it. What's Walter Lewis or whatever his name, that professor with the bromine and all that. There's no change except for
Can you hear
entropy.
me?
That's what I feel like anyway.
You
Yeah,
hear me, Brian?
Yeah, I hear you.
yeah,
Yes,
and
sir.
All right.
and
Let me
also
ask you something. What do you think
also
entropy
the
is
molecules would
if you
never
don't
settle
think it's an
down.
energy change?
Also, got the helium molecules, they would never settle down to no momentum because they're at too high a temperature.
Well, that's Bob's claim that he wants us to prove for some reason.
I could try. I'd like to see it either way. You know, I'm gonna be open minded. I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be open minded.
Well, I
Just
don't have a vacuum
in my head, it
chamber,
doesn't sit right. But you know,
if it's something
we'll
I can
see.
get a hold of, I'll do it. But I do not have a vacuum chamber. But like I said, we do have this TV show coming up, and they have asked us to put together a dream list for things that we can experiment on. Now, I would have rather experimented on things that prove flat Earth and disprove globe Earth rather than proving gravity so-called to you guys. But if that's what we need to do, then that's what we'll do.
No, this is a big
Well,
one,
we look
though,
at it like
Bob,
this: no
because
gravity, no globe.
Brian,
this is a big one, though, too, Bob.
Bob,
Even
let's
though
start.
it may not prove the shape of the Earth, it's used as evidence of sphericity. They need this in their model. They absolutely need to be there, a force that pulls towards the center of the Earth.
Yeah, no gravity, no globe.
Bob,
Yeah, no
Bob,
gravity, no
can I add in for a
globe.
second? Bob, you know what would help?
Yeah, Bob.
Guys,
You know what would
the
help?
problem is we need gravity just as much on the flat Earth.
We don't need a force that pulls towards the center
No,
of
we
the
don't.
Earth.
No, we don't, and that isn't what's happening. We need the force to keep us on the freaking ground.
Okay, so I was in and out of this show and wasn't listening to everything. I didn't hear Bob say this, but this is key right here. We need a force to keep us on the ground, okay? Listen to what he just said, because I brought this up with Zachary Zabala, and I love Zach. You know, the question that happens with ballers when I have a discussion with them is, when I say there's no gravity, they say, well, then what's keeping us on the Earth? Where's that question coming from? What do you mean, what's keeping us on the Earth? Why wouldn't we be... Why if I set this down, why wouldn't it just be there? Well, if there's no gravity, why is it going to stay there? There's an assumption lying behind that question, because as Brian and Brandon pointed out, and Jeremy, they need gravity to be drawing something to the center of the Earth, because everyone knows, everybody knows the dice are loaded, everybody rolls with their fingers crossed, everybody knows the war is over, everybody knows the good guys lost, everybody knows the fight is fixed, right? You got a ball, man. You see this ball? If you're standing on the top of the ball, 90 degrees, man, you're good. You're good. It's right there, man. But if you rotate this over, man, you're going to fall off, eh? It ain't going to work, eh, say? You can't stick to the ball like this, eh? So you have to have a force drawing at every single point toward the center. That's how you can exist, right? Because this is what happens physically. You look at the Earth, right? You look at the Earth, and here is, on whatever, here is Japan, and then here is someplace else, okay? This is sideways. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. Yes. Because here on this one, this, hold on. On the small scale, shit falls off. Okay, so I asked Zachary Zabala, because before he came out with his video on incoherent dialectic acceleration, he and I have had these conversations, and I said, because he was doing the plate, he was doing the pizza plate thing with the particles and the static. I said, Okay, so let's pretend that we could control our environment, and you turn off dielectric and magnet. What's going to happen to me? What am I going to do? You can't tell me because you can't show me, which is why I am looking through this thing right here, this whole show, because I said this numerous times, and no one wants to listen to the stoner. No one wants to listen to him. So you can't show me what you think happens to me with me. You've got to do something else to something else and say, you see what that's doing? If we did that to you, that's what you would do. That is an extrapolation and an inference based on inductive reasoning. It's prove it, because what you're saying is just, it's crazy. My mind, I can't. All right.